Hello, 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 hello. Jess, hello, my lovely. Kathy, hello. Hi, Emma. Hi, Nicola and Catherine. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Bronnie, Angela, Sue, Dana, Cassie, Jutta, everybody, hello. Hi, Laverne, Joanne, Suzanne, Lorna, Julie, Marie, Talia, Anne-Marie, Natalie, and thank you. Thank you, everybody. How are we all? Have you had a good weekend? I'm already yawning. So sorry. Hello. Have you had a good weekend? It's been a little bit rainy here today, which was beautiful. I was working earlier just listening to the rain. I loved it. Oh, Lisa, bless you. Thank you. And thank you ever so much for the stars. It's very, very kind of you. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kelly. Sophie, hello. Oh, oh my gosh. I need to stop that. Linda, bless you. Thank you for the stars as well. Becky, thank you very, very much. Thank you, Talia. The balloons. My office smells really weird with the balloons. I walked in, I was like, oh, because I went out for dinner and came back in. I was like, oh, but yeah, the balloons smell weird. Sue, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Again, extremely kind of you, my lovely. Hi, Jess and Kian. Hello. Hi, Kaylee. So, yesterday was our Pearls were Brecon 6-year anniversary for running the business. Now that was perfect time yawn, wasn't it? Dear me, my yawns are so annoying. Oh. Sorry, I clicked the mouse. Oh, great start. Tony, of course I can. What's her name? Hi, Carol. Hi, Rachel. Okay, so I've been fine all day. Tea, please. So today is a little bit of a different live. Debbie, bless you. Thank you for the stars there. Very kind of you. So today we have got, I don't know how to explain this, we have got our tray back. Okay, so how this is going to work is, oh, Debbie, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars. Bless you guys. Thank you. Now, I will be filling up said tray with oysters. So there's 8 different slots, so 8 oysters will be going on the tray. And then however many oysters you need in your order, you get to pick which oyster you would like. Now, these are going to be the potentially stinky oysters. So there's no mystery oysters tonight, and that's only because I've only got a few left available, although my delivery should be here at the start of this week. So by the next live, fingers crossed, we should have all oysters back in stock. So today's potentially the stinky ones. Now, because of that, I don't think we're going to go through describing the shells, just because these shells, if I show you, these shells are all pretty much very, very similar. So in here is a mixture of Nunu, Expand the Rainbow and normal oysters. Okay, so I will be filling up the tray and you'll be picking what face you like. Georgia, hello. Now, so say you have 1 oyster, you pick 1 face, 2 oysters, 2 faces, and so on. There's also going to be a lucky dip. So if you pick Mr. Love Eyes, which is this one here, and you've got, say, 2 oyster openings, so you pick Mr. Love Eyes and Mr. Winky Face, you pick these 2 top ones. I will then dive in here, which has got 1 of each face, obviously you won't look, and if I pull out Mr. Winky Face or Mr. Love Eyes, so that time I didn't, but if I do, you get to have an extra oyster opening. Now, if I pull out 1 oyster. So if I pull out one face, which is the same, you get 1 oyster opening. If I pull out 2 faces, which are the same, you get an oyster opening and a charm of your choice. And if I pull out 3 faces the same, you get an oyster opening and a pendant of your choice. Okay, so there's 3 potential extra winning prizes. Now, obviously, to potentially win the 3 faces one, you'd have to have 3 oyster openings within your order and then get 3 faces pulled out. So there's a little bit of luck going on here. But so hopefully this makes sense. 1 oyster opening, you pick which oyster you want. Then at the end, we'll do a lucky dip in here. If whatever I pull out is the same face as the one you've chosen from the tray, you get to have the prizes which I've written down. So 1 correct face, so 1 matching face, 3 oyster opening, 2 matching faces, oyster opening and a charm of your choice, and 3 matching faces is an oyster opening and a pendant of your choice. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Hope that makes sense. So it all depends. So if you've only got 1 oyster opening in your order, you can only potentially win up to the 1 face extra, and then so on. Does that make sense? Give me a yay, nay. And I'm going to start filling up these. I'm dreading it. Filling up these things, hopefully with no stinky ones. Oh, right, just do it. Be fine. No stinkies. It's fine. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so the orders for today, the order list is open. So there's still space available for today. And there's no specific, like you don't have to order anything specific. Like you don't have to order jewellery, you don't have to order anything like that. It just has to come with an oyster opening to get a dive in with one of the faces. Does that make sense? Okay, almost done filling this up. So like I said, in this bag is a mix of all these oysters, and I'm not going to describe the shell. I was going to do that when we had the mystery oysters, but because they went out of stock, and my delivery, like I say, should be here at the start of the week. Okay, so I'll go down to go through the faces, and then that way you guys can see it and I won't be pouring oysters everywhere. So up first today is Emma Armitage. Emma, are you here? Oh, Sean, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. Emma Armitage, are you here? I did post the order list on the page, I forgot to say. So hopefully if you've ordered, you can see whereabouts you are. Kind of, Emma. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like, apart from I keep yawning, apparently, but no, I do feel that I have had a lot of sleep. So, yeah, and I feel like I've caught up with everything as well, because I did get slightly behind, didn't I, with the crash and then with Quinn's hand. So yeah, I feel like I've caught up throughout the week as well. So raring to go come tomorrow. Thank you, Cassie. Right, last call for Emma Armitage. If not, we'll move on. Emma, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It'll bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anyone else can see Emma, please comment on her comment because it will bring it forward so I can see. While I'm waiting to see if Emma's here, I will just say anyone who received a dispatched email yesterday or will be receiving one tomorrow because there's a big postal run tomorrow morning. I'm actually out of scratch cards. They will be arriving to me later on this week, but if you are owed a scratch card in your order, please bear with me. Don't email me or anything yet, because I have got a list of everyone who is owed one, and they will be getting sent out once they are here. Okay, so they'll just be to follow. Emma, you're here. Hello, hello, hello. So Emma, let's go down. Now, can we see? It might actually be easier to show you them up here. Okay, so we've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Okay, so Emma, you've got 2 oyster openings altogether, so I'll need to know which 2 faces you would like. So Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked Face, Mr. Angry Face, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. I might have to write these names on the back. That would have been a good idea, so I don't forget. I'll go round again. Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, because he's got his tongue. Oh, can you have Mr. Love Eyes and Mr. Happy? So Mr. Love Eyes is this one here. They may start going a little bit white, and that's just because they're drying out. It's not that they're white at all, it's just because the shell's drying slowly. So Mr. Love Eyes and Mr. Happy is this one here. Okay, so we'll open up Mr. Love Eyes first. Actually, before we do so, we're going to pull out these. So you'll potentially get an oyster and a charm of your choice if we pull out Mr. Love Eyes and Mr. Happy. So the first, oh, I dropped it. First one, I can't even see. Oh no, the first one's Mr. Sad. So still the potential for getting an extra oyster opening. I'm holding it up just so you can definitely see that I can't see. So in here, you've got Mr. Love Eyes. Oh! That means you get an extra oyster opening as well. And you get to pick another one from the tray. Which other one would you like, my lovely? So you get a bonus free oyster opening. So the ones which you've got left are Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Shocked, oh, just hit the camera, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, or Mr. Sad. Thank you, Tony. Mr. Winky Face. Okay, so that's this one here. So would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain colours you're hoping for? Let's go down. So hopefully, guys, you can all see how the bonus for the 6-year anniversary, so the bonus lucky dip works. Complete lucky dip with 3 potential prizes if you've got 3 or more oysters, but there's still a potential prize for 1 oyster upwards. Hope that makes sense. So oyster number 1, donate the shells. There's one side. Take what out the bag, Jackie, my lovely, and the other side. And in oyster number 1, you are twinning. There's no more in that one. Now you're twinning with darker pearls here, and they're actually 2 different shades of colours. Now one is more of a burgundy red, and one's more of a dark black cherry, almost going into a purple tone. So black burgundy red and a black cherry purple. Moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, oh, very pink in here, and you are twinning. And you're twinning with bright pink pearls. So 2 sets of twins so far, Emma. So here they are in the sand. And then moving on to the bonus oyster. Oh, thank you, Tony. It took me a little while to blow up all the balloons, but I think it looks okay. And the other side. And in here you've got a lighter apple green, and there's no more in that one. Okay, Emma, what do you think to all of these? If you're happy with these colours, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can swap them for you, and then I'll need to know which 2 you would like to go on your jewellery. So you've got a burgundy red and a purple black cherry, or black cherry with purple tones I should say, twinning pinks and a apple green. If I run them through the board for you, the purple black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5, so they're measuring the same size there. Pink number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5, so they are measuring slightly different sizes. And then the apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Can you have the pinks on the jewellery? Of course you can. And just confirm for me, are you happy with the other colours as well? Oh, I haven't got my bags out. Thank you, Gemma. I haven't decided if they're going to be here all week or not yet. Very happy. Oh, bless you, Emma. Thank you very much. Well, I've popped those safe on there for you. Thank you for the donations of your shells, and I hope you're going to be happy with everything, Emma, once it arrives. Okay, I'm just going to bring this forward so I can top this up. So that means up next today is Katie Lillycrop. Katie, are you here? It fills the gap. It does fill the gap. It feels so much better having something there. And I've actually popped it further back, like I can't reach. I mean, if I... There we go. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite far back, whereas Mim was like here. Out of the colours that just came out, Tony, possibly black cherry. Catherine, Katie, hello, hello, hello. So you have got 2 oyster openings altogether. I'll go through the board again for you, or through the tray I should say, and then I'll just need to know which 2 faces you would like. So you've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, and Mr. Happy. Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. I'll need to know which 2 faces or 2 characters or emojis you would like. So I'll go through again. Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Mr. Happy and Mr. Hilarious. So this one here is Mr. Hilarious. We'll open him up second. And where's Mr. Happy? There we go. So Mr. Happy will open up first. However, again, I've popped all the faces back in here. We should go through and pick one up. So first one is Mr. Hilarious. So you've got your first one correct. So you've definitely got an extra oyster opening. So we need to get Mr. Happy now. So again, I'm not looking. Oh, here's Aaron. Not looking. So you have got, oh no, that's Mr. Licky Face. Okay, so you do have Mr. Hilarious. You do get a bonus oyster opening. Which bonus oyster would you like? Thank you, Bab. Where are we? Can you have Mr. Love Eyes? That's this one here. Okay, so would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, Catherine? And are there certain colours you're hoping for? Let's go down. So first oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you've got a darker silver, and there's no more in that one. Donate, and you'd love a sea greeny blue. Yes, Laura, and okay. So first pearl out is a darker silver. Moving on to your second oyster. There's one side and the other side. Thank you, Joanna. And in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with slightly two-tonal apple green twins. So we can definitely see that these are base lighter apple green, and they've got a slightly brighter areas to them. And visually one is larger than the other. So this is the larger of the two, and then the visually smaller of the two, but still two-tonal. Sorry, I'm just getting that focused. There we go. So silver and twinning two-tonal apple greens. And then moving on to your last and bonus oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here we've got another darker pearl, and there's no more in that one. And he actually looks like another dark silver, very, very similar to the first pearl that came out. Catherine, what do you think to these? So 2 silvers and twinning two-tonal apple greens, one of which is visually larger than the other. Now, like I said, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, we can of course swap them for you. Just let me know what colours you'd like to swap them to. And then again, which ones you'd like to go where. If I run these through the board for you, silver number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Silver number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Apple green number 1's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And apple green number 2's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. So they are measuring different sizes there. I've got currently 2 people to add on to the order list that's on the page, Laura. I hope you feel better soon. What do you think, Catherine? What would you like to do? I don't have any sea blues available now. They have all been sort of claimed in all my swaps that I've been doing. I can grab a darker, no, sorry, not a darker, a silvery sea green for you. But I won't be able to, oh, don't drop them. I won't be able to grab the sea blue. So if you don't mind waiting, then I can definitely pop you on an order list, like a wait list for that. If you prefer not to wait, is there a different colour that you would like? What am I looking for? Lilac. Where's the lilac? Ah. So I've added in those 3 for you, if those 3 are okay in the correct shades. But then yes, if you could let me know what you think and what you'd like to do about the sea blue. And then of course, which colours you would like to go where. It does, Talia. No spoilers though, because I always, every year, watch it on record, because obviously I work in the evenings. So yeah, no spoilers, because I watch it the following day. And also then I can pause it whenever I need to, because I normally have it on while working or something. So Catherine, what do you think? Yes, of course, Cadbury Purple. Okay, so if you're okay with these shades here then, can you please let me know which colours you'd like on which item of jewellery? So you've got your lilac purple, a lighter silvery sea green, bright watermelon and a darker Cadbury purple. Oh, happy birthday, Laura. I'll do an updated order list as we go, guys. So if you have ordered, you will be added on to today, and I'll do an updated order list, like I say. Sea green on the, let me just bring you up so I can write this down. So you're going to have sea green on the bracelet and lilac on the pendant. Okay, perfect. Catherine, I hope you're happy with that then, my lovely. Pop these in here for you. And I want to thank you as well for the donations with your shells, my lovely. There we go, so that's all on there. So I pop this up here for you. I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. And I'm just topping up this tray again. It's weird going back into this sort of this routine of this. It's so strange. Oh, bless you. Well, I hope you're happy with that once it arrives as well. Right, that means up next today is Sophie Burgess. Sophie, are you here? So currently looking for Sophie Burgess. Sophie, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. That will bring your comment forward so I can see you as well. And if anyone else can see Sophie, as always, please comment on her comments. That will bring it forward so I can see. So Sharon, I know. So basically, I said at the start, normally, obviously, I would be describing the oysters as I did at the beginning, because with the mystery oysters, I can describe them. However, with these oysters, I only have like 4 mystery oysters left, and my delivery is due the start of this week. So fingers crossed, it's going to be here for the next live. So because of that, these oysters, they don't actually have much. There's not a lot of difference in them to describe. So if I went through and described each and every one, it would be very, very, so I'll show you in just a second, it's extremely similar, which is why I'm not describing them. Like I said, if they were the mystery oysters, as I planned to do, it would be them. I would be describing them, but I ran out because I didn't realise. So that's one. Can you see what I mean there? There's definitely not really a difference with them, apart from some of them are drier, some of them are not. Right, last call for Sophie Burgess. If not, we will move on. Then, of course, if she comes on, we can add her in, but it will be to the end of the order list. So, Sophie Burgess, are you here? and just topping up the order list as we go. Right, I haven't seen Sophie, so we'll move on, and then if she comes on we can add her back in. That means up next today is Dawn Barbner. Dawn, are you here? I do, yes, I've got 2 doggies and tortoise. Dawn, hello. So Dawn, you have got 1 opening altogether. Can you have, we're going to see what comes out and donate the shells. And can you go for Mr. Licky Face? So that's this one here. So Mr. Licky Face, good luck. We are also going to dive in here. Oh, I think I've got one in between. No, it's so hard with gloves on. I had to go back to the coconut pot because I just couldn't find another pot that I could sort of slide these little circles out without them getting stuck. Oh no, so it's not Mr. Licky Face. You've got Mr. Sad here. So there isn't a bonus with that one, but let's go down and see what we have inside. So you'd like to donate the shells and we're going to see what comes out here. Good luck, my lovely. There's one side and the other side, and in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with lemon yellow twins there. So, oh, run away, twinning with lemon yellow twins. What do you think to these, Dawn? Again, if you're happy with these, I can pop one of them on the jewellery for you. If you're not happy, we can, of course, swap them for you. If I run them through the board, yellow number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And then yellow number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So there is a size difference there. So if that does matter to which one you'd like on the jewellery, or potentially which one you'd like to swap out, do let me know, because then I can make that. So the one on this side is the smaller one, the one on this side is the larger one. What do you think, Dawn? What would you like to do? Swap one for a bright sky blue and a black, and can you have them both on the bracelet, one each side of the horseshoe? You can. I would invoice you for the additional pearl on there, and if that's okay, then that's absolutely fine. I can do that for you. So black and, oh, runaway black, and a brighter sky blue. Now, are we thinking this kind of colour, or is that too light of a blue still? If that's still too light, I can definitely go brighter. It just depends what shade you're looking for. So if you've already, so for example with this bracelet, if you've already got the jewellery and then you get a bonus pearl, it would be an additional £1.50 to add that extra pearl onto the other side. those colours okay? If not, like I say, I can go brighter or even lighter actually, if you prefer to go lighter as well. I think that that's fine, Brecken. I think that was regarding the invoicing. I'm not sure that was about the colour, so I am just going to wait for you to confirm or deny again for me, my lovely, if that's okay. Yep, Catherine, I'll ask you, I've got your order form down, so I'll ask you in just a second what one you'd like, okay? Now, if anybody does see Dawn's comments, please make sure to, or please don't make sure, but please, if you don't mind, comment on that comment, because it will bring it forward so I can see. Oh, love them both. Thank you, Shannon, for commenting on that. Dawn, I'm sorry that I didn't see that comment there. But you're happy with both those shades. That's perfect. So let me just write this down for you. We're going to have the blue and black on here. And you'd like to be invoiced for the extra pearl on the bracelet. That invoice will get sent across for you tomorrow, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form, Dawn. Thank you for the donations with your shells, my lovely, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, and that's safe up there for you. So also, Catherine, your bracelet, you've got the sea green on there at the moment, and you've got the loose watermelon and the Cadbury purple. Which additional colour would you like on there? Oh, I love that, Dawn. Shadow and sky to go with the pearl colours as well. Wow, well, you're very welcome, and I hope you're happy with it once it arrives. Thank you, Sandy. Add the watermelon, Catherine, of course you can. Let me just move that mouse because I just clicked it again. I don't want to, there we go. Sea green and watermelon. So you'd like to be invoiced for the additional pearl on the bracelet. Okay, so your invoice, Catherine, will also be sent across for you tomorrow, and it will just, you'll receive it on the email address that's on the order form, my lovely, okay? Perfect, so let me just pop that back up there as well. You're very welcome. Thank you, Colette. Right, so that means up next today is Kathy Rax. Kathy, are you here? Why won't this bag stand up? There we go. Kathy, hello. Lisa, bless you. Thank you for the stars, my lovely. Okay, so Kathy, you have got 1, 2, 3 oyster openings altogether. So I'll need to know what 3 faces you would like. We've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, and Mr. Happy. Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which 3 faces would you like? So I'll go round again. Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, and Mr. Happy. Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. angry face, shocked face and sad face. Let's go backwards. So Mr. Sad Face is there, shocked and angry. Oh, there's the angry, and that's the shocked. And then you'd like to donate the shells as well. Perfect. Now we will dive in here. So actually I can just look at your comments to remind me. So let's see what we can get. So you've got the potential to get all 3 of the prizes. So the first one is Mr. Love Eyes. So we've gone down to potential 2 of the prizes. That one won't go back in until after your turn. Okay. So in here, you have got Mr. Shocked. Boom, boom, boom. So that means you've definitely got an extra oyster opening. So let's dive in. And which one do we need to find? Angry Face. If we find Angry Face, you get an extra oyster opening and a charm of your choice. If we don't find Angry Face, then you just get an extra, you get an extra oyster opening. Oh, it's not Mr. Angry Face, it's Mr. Licky Face. But you do get a bonus oyster, my lovely. So, which bonus oyster would you like? So the ones which are left are Mr. Happy, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Hilarious. I went backwards then, it felt weird. I'll go this way again. Mr. Happy is this one. I'll open up Mr. Happy first. So let's go down. Donating the shells. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Kathy? So first oyster. There's one side and the other side. Oh, run away backwards here. You've got a black cherry. And there's no more in that one. It literally flew out backwards then. Just double checking that there's no other runaways there. I only heard one sort of fly out as well. So you're hoping for creams and whites. Okay, so first one is a black cherry. Now it is very dark, but you can definitely see that black cherry hint to him. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. There's no more in that one. So you're twinning with pink pearls. And actually, they're 2 tonal pinks. I'm going to say one of them is a strawberries and cream. So this one is a 2 tonal pink. And you've got lighter and brighter areas to him. But his twin is a strawberries and cream. So mainly a cream pearl colour. And then you've got slight pink flashes to him. So this is one which we call strawberries and cream. So twinning pinks, one's definitely lighter than the other there. Moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And you are twinning for a second time. There's no more in that one. And you're twinning with watermelon twins here. Now, visually, they do look like they're slightly different sizes. We've got one larger and one smaller watermelon. The larger one towards this side here. Kasha, thank you, my lovely. Very, very kind of you to say, and thank you for joining. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, we've got a darker pearl. And there's no more in that one. And he looks like he's a darker chocolate. So I'm going to pop him at the top here. So you've got, let me move these around. So you've got a black cherry and a dark chocolate, 2 twinning pinks and twinning watermelon pearls as well. Now, if you're happy with these, Kathy, that's of course absolutely fine. I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where. And if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. If I run them through the board, your black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. The chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The slightly brighter of the 2 pinks is not a 5, not a 5.5, oh, not a 6. Oh, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Then the lighter of the 2 pinks is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5 as well, so they're measuring the same size. Watermelon number 1, which is the visually smaller, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, oh, he's a 7. And then watermelon number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Okay, Kathy, what do you think, my lovely? What do you think, my lovely? I'm just going to pop that down a second. Sorry, I'm just typing this out. Give me just a second. There we go. Love watermelons, Abby. They are such vibrant colour. And Kathy, your comments just come through. Like to swap the pinks for creams. Watermelon 1 cream and 1 dark green. And chocolate for dark green. Large hoops on the green. Is that the large semicircle hoop ones, Kathy? Creams. Yeah. Okay, I'll write that down for you. So 2 creams, 2 dark greens. Where are we? No, 3 creams, sorry. I have grabbed them. It's... Oh. I feel like my mind's going into one of those nights. I know exactly what I want to say, but it's not coming out that way. I mean, look at these greens. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm just finding... I really want to match that one, but there isn't one to match. So I'm just looking for... Oh, I found 2. Okay. Okay, so if you have a look at these colours here for me, let me know if these shades are okay, and then I'll just quickly pop on to just have a look, just to make sure that those earrings are in stock before I say that I can invoice you them with the greens on. Oh, Dina, thank you, my lovely. Yep, it will be on tonight. I have already added you onto my order list. I'll update the page's order list shortly. Yep, these earrings are in stock, Kathy. I'm just writing it down. Those are perfect, perfect. Okay, so if I bring you back up here, I've just taken the stock off the website, so then you've definitely got those. But the invoice for those, that will get sent across for you tomorrow, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Can you just confirm for me? I think you did say, but I don't know if I missed it. It's definitely creams on the jewellery we've got here. Is that right? If you could just confirm that. And then you've got your black cherry as well. But yeah, just confirm creams on this jewellery. And then the invoice for the earrings, that can get sent across tomorrow. Yep, that's correct. Perfect. Just so I can write that down. So cream on there. Okay, Kathy, my lovely, I hope you'll be happy with everything then once it arrives. I've popped that safe up there for you, and thank you as well for the donations with your shells. Okay. Up next then today is Lorraine Murray. Lorraine, are you here? Lorraine, hello. Now, Lorraine, you've actually got a 4 pearl oyster and an additional oyster here. So what I'm going to do is we get to pick your additional oyster. So I'm going to ask you what face you'd like there. And then because you've got a 4 pearl oyster, I'm going to ask you for a face that will represent your 4 pearl oyster for the dip when we do the dip. But of course I'm going to get your 4 pearl oyster from the bag, so it's a guaranteed 4 pearl oyster. Okay, so tell me the first face and then I'll get that oyster for you, which goes with the order. And then the second face you tell me is going to be the standing face for the 4 pearl oyster. I hope that makes sense and that that's okay with you. So I need 2 names. First face is the oyster you're going to have, and the second face is the representation face for the 4 pearl oyster. So we've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which 2 faces would you like? Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Love Eyes and Sad. So Love Eyes will be your oyster, and then Mr. Sad is going to be the representation for this dip. So I'm going to do your dip, and then I'm going to grab your 4-pearl oyster. Okay, so you have the potential to win an oyster opening and a charm of your choice if we pull out Mr. Love Eyes and Mr. Sad. So first one we're going to pull out is Mr. Angry. So that's not, oh, I can put it on my face. Oh, oh no. Oh, how such fun. So Mr. Angry, that does mean that that's not one of your faces. So the next potential win you could win is an oyster opening if we pull out one of those faces. So this one here is Mr. Sad, and Mr. Sad is one of your options. Therefore, you get to have a bonus oyster as well. Sorry, just grabbing the 4-pearl oyster bag. So with your bonus oyster, which bonus oyster would you like? Now you could have Mr. Sad, but you can have a different one as well. This is because we matched and paired up the faces from the one you picked to the one in the bowl. It's Mr. Sad. I had a feeling. Okay, so there we go. So you've got 3 oysters all together then. So the first one we're going to open is your 4-pearl oyster, and then we've got your 2 other oysters after that. Lorraine, is there certain colours you're hoping for at all? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Okay, so there's one side and the other side. Donate the shells, perfect. So first oyster, you are quadding 1, 2, 3 and 4, and there's no more in that one. So with your first oyster, we have got, so I'm just cleaning them up for you. You have got a TARDIS blue, a bright watermelon, a darker silvery purple, and then a 2-tonal silver, so darker and lighter silver. So watermelon, TARDIS blue, dark purple, and a 2-tonal silver. Not a problem, Yvonne. So I hope you're happy with those to start with. So I'm just getting them focused for you, Lorraine. There we go. Okay, moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with lilac purple pearls here. Visually they do look like they're the same size and the same shade as well. So gorgeous lilac purple twins. And then moving on to your last oyster. there's one side and the other side. And you've got a single lilac pearl. And there's no more in that one. So twinning lilac purples and then a single lilac purple as well. I'll pop the single one below the twins so you can see the difference there. Lorraine, what do you think to all of these? Again, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll just need to know which one you'd like on the jewellery. If you're not happy, we can of course swap them for you. If I run them through the board, your watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Dark purples, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the two-tonal silver is a runaway. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Purple twin number 1's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Purple twin number 2's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they are measuring different sizes there. And then the single purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Can I add pearls to the bottom of the jewellery? So technically you could have, let me just bring up the image before I, just so I don't tell you the wrong thing. Yeah, so you could have a pearl on, instead of it being at the top, you could have it on each of the different sections, or you could have a pearl on each of the different sections if you wanted to have more pearls on there. So yeah, you could have it on each of the characters or on one of the characters opposed to being at the top. It's completely up to you. You just have to let me know obviously which way round you'd like it, so then I know where to pop it. But yeah, it's absolutely fine whichever placement. What do you think? I feel very quiet today. Does that make sense? Have we all had a good weekend? I bought a new candle this weekend. I know that sounds strange, but in the house, in the office I have wax melts. In the house we've got candles. And it's like a lavender and chamomile, I think it is, candle. It is beautiful. I love lavender scents. Can you swap the watermelon for a yellow and a silver for a bright red? And a bright red. That one's sort of a, not really a red, so I'd say possibly that one's the brightest red I can do at the moment. So have a look at these ones here. And so I've taken away these two. So if you're happy with these ones, which one would you like on the jewellery? And of course, whereabouts would you like them on the jewellery? Becky, I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, that's not a problem. If I add on extras on the jewellery, it would be invoiced for the extra 2 on there. But if you don't mind that, then that's absolutely not a problem. So I've just brought you up so I can write this down. So we'd have the tree, we're going to have the blue. The elf, we're going to have the yellow. And the gnome, we're going to have the red. Perfect. Oh wow, Yvonne, sounds lovely. Can the 2-tone one be swapped for an oil slick and on the top? Yes, of course. I don't know if I have any oil slicks now, but what I'll do is I will, if you don't hear from me, it means that I have swapped an oil slick in, because it means that there isn't a wait. And if I email you tomorrow that there would be a wait on the oil slick, you can let me know what you'd like to do. But if you don't hear from me, it means that I have managed to swap in an oil slick. Would that be okay? So we're gonna swap purple for oil slick. No, that's fine, Lorraine. And then you'd like invoice for the 2 lilacs on stud earrings. And then the single lilac for going on a chain. So a couple of options for it to go on the chain. You could either have it on a larger jump ring, so it means that the chain would thread through the jump ring easily. So it would be a 6 or a 7 mil jump ring on there. So it will just be pin cap with a jump ring, and then that's where you thread the chain through. So that's really sort of simplistic. And that to have without the chain, I'm guessing you don't want me to invoice you for the chain, so just for the fitting on the pearl. So for that fitting, normally with the smaller jump ring it's £1.50. With the larger one I think it's slightly more, but it's not a lot. Or you could look at something like the simple drop pendant. So that is literally the pearl on the pendant, but that is then an actual pendant on the website, and that is more expensive. So it depends on what you're kind of looking for. Are you happy with the jump ring option? Is that what I think that's what you mean, but I just want to clarify. If you'd like me to send photos, I can. I've just realised you may not understand what I'm so this here, oh, jump ring's great. No, that's perfect then. So invoice for the single lilac on, if I put 6 mil jump ring, then that one should be the one where thread a chain through absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm just going to run through just to confirm everything for you, my lovely. So on the tree we're going to have the blue, on the elf we're going to have the yellow, and on the gnome we're going to have the red. We're going to swap the 2-tonal purple for an oil slick, and then that's going to go at the top. If you don't hear from me tomorrow, then the oil slick has been swapped. You'd like to be, so I'm going to invoice you for the additional 3 pearls on your item. Then on that invoice there is also going to be for a pair of studs with the lilac pearls and for a jump ring with the 6mm for the single lilac pearl. That's everything. I hope you're happy with that, Lorraine, my lovely. If I've missed anything, please shout at me. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Perfect, you're very, very welcome. Okay, up next then today is Anne Lewis. Anne, are you here? The horseshoe pendant, the one with where the pearl is in the centre of the pendant, Dawn, sort of dangling in between, where it's got the love heart at the top. Is that the correct one? So currently looking for Anne Lewis. Anne, are you here? Anne, hello, hello, hello. Now, Anne, you've got one oyster opening altogether, so I'm going to need to know which face you would like to have. So if I go through them for you, you've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. So which face would you like? So Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which one would you like? Mr. Love Eyes and donate. Oh, back around to Mr. Love Eyes. So Mr. Love Eyes is this one. So that means we need to look for Mr. Love Eyes coming out of the coconut bowl. So here, no, we've got Mr. Shocked here. Okay, so that means there's not a bonus there, but let's go down to see what's in your oyster. So is there a certain colour that you're hoping for at all, Anne? There's one side. And the other side. Oh, in here you've got a darker, almost two-tonal TARDIS blue. Let me, so he's a darker TARDIS blue, but I think his two-tonal has slight lighter areas to him. Oh, he is. He's lovely. Right, let me hold him up so you can have a closer look. So base dark TARDIS blue, but then as we go round, we're going to see lighter areas to him. So I'm just going to get that focused. Oh, it looks very light there for a second. Okay, so there we go. So as you can see, two-tonal blue. What do you think to that one, Anne? Excuse me. If you're happy with this one to go on your jewellery, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can of course swap him for you. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. Swap for a cream, of course you can. A cream to match the moon. Okay, what do you think to this one here? Would you be happy with that one? Oh, I'm sorry, Carol. Oh, bless him. I'm just going to bring you back up, Anne, but if that's not the correct shade... Oh, no, it is. That's perfect. And you're very, very welcome. Anne, thank you for the donations with your shells. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. I've just popped that up there for you. I have updated the order list on the page. There's currently 5 people on the order list, so if anybody would like to order, there is still space available for today. Okay, Dawn with the heart in the middle. I don't know, in all honesty, Dawn. What I can do is I can make a note of it, and then if you ask me sort of on the next live potentially, then I can let you know if that's okay. Or if you pop me an email over with the same question, I can then sort of respond to you straight away. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to see if I am going to be getting it in again for you. So yeah, if you don't mind waiting for the live, ask on the next live, or if you want to pop me an email over and then I can respond to you there. There we go. Not a problem. Okay, so that means then up next today is Suzanne Purdy. Suzanne, are you here? Excuse me. Them oysters, a chance of being something I've seen. Oh, I know. They're meant to be. They're the batch after the smelly batch, Becky. So the smelly batch I still won't open on the lives. The smelly batch are in their own sort of smelly batch place now. But yeah, these ones are the batch after that. So they should potentially, in theory, be okay. But I'm still having to test them because I'm not comfortable with just because one of them's going to turn and it's just, yeah, I'm not going to be ready for it. Currently looking for Suzanne Purdy. Suzanne, if you're here, please type I'm invisible or bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anyone else can see Suzanne, please comment on that comment because it will bring it forward so I can see. Suzanne, you are here. Hello. Now, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, excuse me, that snuck up on me there. So you've got 4 oyster openings altogether. So I'll need to know which 4 faces you would like. Okay, so you've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. So which 4 faces would you like? So I'll go round again. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, bless her, Becca. Well, I'm glad that helps. Right, we've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Oh, okay, so Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Hilarious, which is this one here, Mr. Happy, Happy is this one here, and Mr. Sad is this one here. Okay, so you've got quite a good chance potentially because you've got 4 picks from here out of the 8. So you've got a 50-50 chance for all of these to get picked. So your first one is, I think I've got one there. Your first one is Mr. Shocked. No, you didn't get Mr. Shocked. Okay, so that stays out and just until the end of your turn and then it goes back in the bowl. So your next face is Mr. Angry. Did we get Mr. Angry? No, we didn't get Mr. Angry. Okay, so that means you could still potentially get the oyster opening and the charm. So in here you have got Mr. Happy, and you do have Mr. Happy, so that means you've got a bonus oyster opening there. So moving on to your next one. And in here, you've got Mr. Licky Face. So you haven't got the extra prize, but you do have a bonus oyster opening. So which extra face, which one would you like to pick for your bonus oyster? Mr. Shocked, where is he? Mr. Shocked is this one here. Okay. Thank you, Bab. Are you alright? Sure?
Yep.
You look like blah, blah, blah.
It's been a busy day.
It's been a busy day. You're just tired?
Just tired.
Okay. Sorry, he just looks blah, blah, blah. Do you know when you're just like, bedtime now? One of those looks, bless him. Oh, I don't know if I said thank you for the tea. Oh, let me just say thank you. Okay, so let's go down, Suzanne. Donate the shells. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? Oyster number 1. Oh, bless you, Laura. There's one side. And the other side. And in here, you are twinning. Twinning with Autumn Peach Pearls to start with. moving on to your next oyster. There we go. Okay, so there's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a second time, and you're twinning with watermelon twins here. Now these watermelons, there is a definite size difference. We've definitely got a larger and a smaller one. So you guys can see that size difference there. So twinning again, but they do have a size difference to them. Moving on to your next oyster, Suzanne. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have got a two-tonal coral, and there's no more in that one. So the colours so far are all sort of on the same spectrum. We've got, so if I pop the coral sort of in between these ones, can you see what I mean? It sort of goes along colour-wise. Right, moving on to your next, excuse me, moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a third time, Suzanne. There's no more in that one. Now one of these definitely looks like a midnight blue. His twin, I think, is more of a darker gunmetal grey, but you can hopefully see that the one on this side here is a midnight blue. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, oh, we've got another autumn peach, and there's no more in that one. Is that your favourite pearl colour, Linda? Okay, so Suzanne, let's go through all of these and then you can let me know what you'd like to do. If you're happy with all of these, that's perfect. I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where. And if you're not happy, we can of course swap them for you. So we've got twinning autumn peaches and twinning watermelons. Twinning darker pearls, one of which is a darker gunmetal grey, one of which is a midnight blue. And then you've got a single two-tonal autumn peach and a single two-tonal coral and a single autumn peach. If I run them through the board for you, visually smaller watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Visual larger watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Autumn peach twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Autumn peach twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, okay, not an 8, he's an 8.5, so they're actually measuring different sizes. The single autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Two-tonal corals, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And then last but not least, the midnight blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he is a 6.5. Okay, what do you think, my lovely? What would you like to do, Suzanne? Have you, Linda? I love that. Swap the twin autumn peaches for black cherry for the earrings. I'm going to do this as I go along. For black cherry for the earrings. So black cherry. And then the other autumn peach for black for the pull through. Yep, so black on there and black there. Oh, and the coral for a dark green for the other pendant. Okie dokie. Dark green. Okay, if you just, if I hold this up, can you just have a look to see if you're happy with all these shades here? So I've added in these 4 here. So the 2 black cherries, the black and the dark green, leaving these 4 as your original 4 as well. But just confirm, are you happy with those there? So we're going to have dark green on that one. I'm going to bring you back up. However, if they're not the correct shade, no, they're perfect. Perfect. Okay, so let me pop these in here for you. Two and 3. So to avoid jewellery sort of tarnishing, because all silver jewellery can tarnish, if you can keep it in like an airtight bag or container, that will help slow down or the process massively. So while you're not wearing it, keep it in an airtight bag or container. Suzanne, my lovely, I hope you're happy with everything there. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And I've popped that up there for you. Okay, right, up next today is Cindy Brown. Cindy, are you here? That's right, Linda. I've got jewellery polishing cloths here, actually. They're not on the website. They are, let me show you, actually. Now I've said it, I want to show you. Oh no, I can't show you. The balloons are in the way. Never mind. I was going to grab them, but I can't. The balloons are there. Suzanne, you're very, very welcome. Catherine. I haven't seen Cindy yet. Let me see. Catherine Lily Crop. Yep, I can write. I'll add that onto the invoice. I do, Bronnie. I've got them. They're actually branded. Sophie saw them when she came the other, whenever she came last. But yeah, it's like in a little wallet which is embossed with Pearls of Brecon, and then when you open the cloth up, it has like a little Pearls of Brecon logo on it as well. So I do have a load of those in. I just haven't popped them on the website. About wedding jewelry. Gemma, are you sure you've got the correct email address, my lovely. I'm only saying that because it's a business email address, which isn't full or isn't, unless you've blocked it possibly, but it's not my end, if you know what I mean. Like, I get hundreds of emails, but I have massive amount of storage on there, so that wouldn't be the case my end, if that makes sense. So the email address you're looking for is the same one on the website and on the Pearls of Brecon page. So it's info@pearlsofbrecon.com. I hope that helps. Cindy, hello. Cindy, you've got one oyster opening. Oh, I haven't put one in, Mr. Levi's. One oyster opening altogether. So let's bring you back up. Which face would you like, Cindy? So if I go round them for you, you've got, where are we? Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. So Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. What do you think? Oh, what have I missed? Don't be sorry, Helen. Mine would be the spiders. Or anything creepy crawly like that. Cindy, can you have the Mr. Sad? It's really hard. I'm going to have to look at there. I was right here. From the reverse side, I can't actually see them. So in this bowl, we're going to have to try and find Mr. Sad. If we find him, it means you get a bonus oyster opening as well. So is this Mr. Sad? It's not. It's Mr. Winky Face. But let's go down, Cindy, and see what's in your oyster. So donating the shells here. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? There's one side. And the other side. And in here you are twinning. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so we are twinning with two completely different colours. I love them. So the first one here is a dark purple. I did, Lauren. It's almost like a chocolatey purple. This camera really doesn't want to play ball tonight, does he? Okay, so chocolatey purple to start with. And then this one's like a two-tonal chocolatey silver green. So three-tonal. So it's got silvers, greens and chocolate tones to him. info@pearlswithbrecon.com. No, that's correct, Gemma. Cindy, what do you think to these? You've got a chocolate purple and a chocolatey green silver. If you're happy with these, I'll need to know which one you'd like on your jewellery, Cindy. If you're not happy, we can of course swap them for you. The chocolate purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the three-tonal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. Hello, Sophie. Anne-Marie Lewis, have your opening. So Christmas present as new phone's about to die. Oh, bless you, Sophie. Yep, I'll add you guys back into the end of the order list. That's not a problem. Okay, Cindy, what do you think, my lovely? Okay, so swapping them both out, one for a black and one for a green, and you'd like to put the green on the jewellery and the black on a jump ring. Okay. Oh. Have a look here. Let me know if you're happy with these colours here for me. So black and green. I've gone for a darker green, or was it a lighter green that you wanted? Just going to write it down, but if that's not the correct shade, let me know and I can change it. So green on the jewellery, and you'd like to be invoiced for the black on a jump ring. So I'm going to bring you back up, but if it's not the correct shade, we can go back down to change it. What do you think? Was that green okay? I'm going to show you it again actually. Is this green the correct shade, Cindy? Yes, that would be good. Okie dokie. Your invoice will get sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form. And Cindy, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And I've just popped that up there for you. Okay, that means up next today is Dina Tedham. Dina, are you here? Dina Tedham, are you here? Now, Dina, I did see you not long ago, so hopefully you're still here. Oh, bless you, Gemma. Not a problem. Well, you should get a reply from us soon, okay? Now, Dina, if you are here, please type I'm invisible. That will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And of course, if anyone else can see Dina, please comment on her comments. It will bring it forward so I can see. Thank you, Becky. It was from, we went into Morrison's. We don't normally shop in Morrison's. We normally go, our main one, I suppose, is Tesco's. But yeah, we went into Morrison's randomly this weekend, and obviously I had to stop by the mug section because it's a new shop with new mugs that I haven't seen, as I don't normally go into Morrison's. And yeah, this one, and it's a really like good sized mug. I always judge a mug by like next to my face for some reason. But it's such a good sized mug. So yeah, Morrison's, that one is. I was like to Aaron, I was like, oh, we have to buy, and he was like, okay. I was like, thank you. So I was very happy. Dina, hello. Yep, no, that's perfect, my lovely. That's brilliant. So you have got one oyster opening. I'll need to know which oyster you would like. So you've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Winky Face. No, that's Mr. Licky Face, sorry. Then we've got Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which one would you like? So Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. You've sent a loyalty card too. Bless you. Which two faces would you like then? While I just go have a look. I've found your email. That's perfect. So which two faces would you like? Okay, so if I bring this back up for you. So Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Again, if anyone can see Dina's comment, please comment on that comment for me because it will bring it forward so I can see. Winky and Licky Face. That is these two, these two here. So Mr. Licky Face and Mr. Winky Face. So that means we're looking for Mr. Winky Face and Mr. Licky Face in, the bowl. I'm going to put that one back in. That one wasn't one of your faces, but I'm going to put it back in because it shouldn't have fallen out there. So in here, you have got Mr. Happy. So that's not one of your faces there. But if we go again and find another one, And in here, you've got Mr. Winky Face. Okay, so that is one of the items, one of the pictures, one of the characters. Oh my, can't talk today. It's like I want to say it, it's not coming out. You get an extra oyster opening. So, which extra face would you like, Dina, my lovely? Oh, I'm fine, Becky, thank you. I just can't seem to talk today. It's like it's there. I know what I want to say, and it's sort of just coming out in a bit of a... It's been a long weekend. Which extra face would you like? Mr. Shocked. Mr. Shocked here. Okay, so would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? And are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So if we open up your first oyster. I can't English today. That's it, Joanne. Like I know it's in my head, it's coming out perfectly. And when I'm saying it, I'm hearing it like, what am I going on about? I'm just working through it though, because there's nothing I can do. I'm having my tea, so hopefully that'll sort me out. Right, and the other oyster. So in here, oh, we've got a darker pearl there. And there's no more in that one. So you have got a darker two-tonal chocolate. So he's lighter and darker chocolate here. So we are donating the shells, and you're hoping for possibly a midnight blue or an oil slick. So can you see this two-tonal chocolate? He is gorgeous with darker and lighter areas. Moving on to your next oyster. There's one side. Oh, and the other side you've got a runaway and a second runaway. You are twinning. And there's no more in that one. So twinning watermelon twins here. I'm glad you guys know what I'm on about. Not just looking at the screen like, what's she on about? I don't know. Okay, so twinning two-tonal watermelons. So again, they're just slightly lighter and darker as you go around the petals. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. Oh, and in here you have got a two-tonal pink, and there's no more in that one. So Dina, I need to know which one pearl you'd like to have on your jewellery. If you're not happy with these, we can swap them, and if you are happy, that's perfect. Just let me know which one you would like. So you've got the two-tonal chocolate, the watermelon twins, and the pink. If I run them through the board for you, the two-tonal chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Watermelon number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7, oh sorry, he is a 7.5. Watermelon number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well, so they're measuring the same size there. And then your two-tonal pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Oh, he wants to stay being a 6, but he's not a 6. So he's not a 6. He wants to be a 7, but he's not. He's a 6.5. I don't know how much of that you guys saw, but he didn't want to come out the 6. And then he bypassed the 6.5, rolled into the 7, but he is a 6.5. These were the batch after the Stinky Oysters, Kathy, but I'm still dubious. I'm still not 100% trusting them. Okay, there we go. So swap the chocolate and a watermelon for Midnight Blue and Moonlight White, both on the jewellery if possible. That is possible, that's not a problem. I can invoice you for the extra pearl on the jewellery. However, the Midnight Blue there will be a wait for. So if you don't mind waiting for the Midnight Blue, then that's absolutely fine. Or if you prefer not to wait, is there a different colour you'd like to go for? So I'd possibly say this one here for the white one. But yeah, the blue, like I said, there will be a wait. Yeah, we do gift vouchers. They are on the website. You can pick to either have one shipped to you, so you can have it like posted as a physical form, or you can choose to have it as a e-voucher and you get emailed the voucher. So you can print it off at home yourself. So they're both on the website. You just pick which one you obviously prefer. Like a sky blue, not a sky, like a moonlight blue, which I would say is a very, very, possibly not, because all these are lighter colours. So moonlight blue, like the blue around, blue circle around the moon. I mean, let's see where we're at. So what do you think to this one? Would you say that that is close to the colour you mean? Or am I completely off? Just so I know what sort of colours I'm looking for. So is that one too bright, too light? The white's good. Okay, perfect. A bit lighter than that. Okay, perfect. So I know where you're at. So I would possibly say maybe one like this, if I can pick it up. So you can see it's just got, it's like a creamy colour with like a hint of blue. Or have we gone too light now? Again, if we've gone too light, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know and I can hopefully find one that's in between. What do you think, Dina? Again, if anyone sees Dina's comments, oh, that's perfect. Both the jewellery and possible, could you invoice you for some cleaning cloths too? I can make a note, yeah. Is it just the one? Yeah, if I just invoice you for the one, because obviously you haven't seen it yet. I'm just it is literally just like a little cloth in like a little packet, and then yeah, you just polish it up. So let me just write this down though. So we're going to have cream and blue. You'd like to be invoiced for the extra pearl on the bracelet. See, I remember we was at the fireworks display last night, Dawn, and my daughter was watching the moon in the clouds instead. Bless her for part of it. So I was staring at the moon last night with her. So, and invoice for the polishing cloth. Okay, perfect. I've got that down for you. So the invoice for that will get sent across for you tomorrow. It'll go to the email address that's on the order form. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And I've just popped that safely up there for you. Okay. Which means up next today is Angela Sylvester. Angela, are you here? Thank you, Dina. Yes, Linda. It was, because it was really, really, like, it was really cloudy last night. So when the moon broke through, it was really bright, and it was almost a full moon as well. So it was lovely. When's Christmas starting? So Christmas is already on our website. I think Halloween's still on the website. I'll be changing that tomorrow. Yes, it is. But Christmas is already on the website, and Christmas in the office will be here once 6 years has come down. So yeah, Christmas will be starting very, very soon. And Angela, you are here. Hello, hello, hello. Angela, you've got one oyster opening altogether. Which emoji, which face, which oyster would you like, Angela? So we have got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, and Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which one would you like? Now, if anybody does see Angela, please comment on her comment, because I didn't see her comment that came through before, so I wouldn't want to miss anything. Can you have Mr. Angry? You can indeed. So that's this one here. So we're looking for, excuse me, we're looking for Mr. Angry in the bowl. Okay, and we've got Mr. Hilarious. So we don't have the bonus there, but let's go down to see what you've got here. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And is there certain colours you're hoping for? So in here, there's one side, and the other side. And there's quite a few pinks tonight. You are twinning. I can see them both. Let me just get them both out of the flesh. There we go. Twinning with brighter pink twins. That shell did fall apart there slightly, so I do apologise for that. Upside down Mr. Hilarious looks like Santa. I have to check that out in a second now. I don't see it. Oh, I see it. He looks like a cool Santa with like shades on. I see. Sorry about that, Angela. So you are twinning with brighter pink twins. Now visually they do look like they're different sizes. What do you think to these? If you're happy with these, perfect. I can pop one on the jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. The visually larger of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the visually smaller of the two is not a 5, not a 5. Oh, he is. Oh, he's a 5.5. I don't believe we've had a 5.5 before. That's crazy. So this one here is a 5.5. What do you think? It is cute. Let's put it next to like the autumn peach that came out earlier. Bam. It is very cute. Change both from mystical purples. Mystical purple. Mystical purples. See, when somebody says something like that, I don't want to let you down. Mystical. So I've gone for the completely random purple pot. So this one, like some of the purples do fit into a category now I'm looking at them, but when I was sorting them, some of the purples just didn't fit into a category. Do you want to go for like two completely different shades, or do you want to go for like more two-tonal ones? Let me show you these ones. Or are you thinking more two-tonal, more darker, more lighter? They're really, yeah, they are, Linda, but most of them, they don't sort of fit into a purple name. So they're technically mostly all new shades. So yeah, they've got a little pot of their own because I don't know where to put them. They're fab, and can you have the pink or purple on the bracelet? Just to confirm, this purple on this side you'd like on the bracelet. Okay, if I've got that wrong, please tell me, but I'm going to bring you up. So the pinker purple. Yeah, if I pointed out the incorrect one, shout out, let me know, and I can change it. Possibly Suzanne, yeah. I can definitely see the more plum one. So I'm just waiting, Angela, just confirm if that is correct, the one which I showed you. This is a big cup of tea. It is a big old mug. I'm actually working on one Becca. It's been like a year now since I believe it was Bronnie requested one, and more pearls keep coming, more colours keep coming, and it was really hard in which way to present it. So I've sort of almost finished it now with the ones which we've got so far, and then I've sort of done it in a way where I can add to it. Yes, please. Okay, perfect, Angela. I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well. It was you, Bronnie, wasn't it? It was like a year ago. Let me make a note to see if I can get that. It's because that's something I always try obviously try again. I always prioritise completing obviously everyone's orders and trying to get back to emails, keeping on top of the stock, everything on top of the extra projects, just because obviously that's needs to be done first. But let me see if I can add in some, to carve out some time to complete the pearl colour chart. Oh really, Gemma? Da-da, silver and purples. Yeah, love it. Right. So up next then today is Laura Goodwin. Laura, are you here? Oh, don't knock the balloons. I'll be curious to see how the balloons last overnight. If they stay up overnight, then they can stay up for a few days. If they all sort of deflate, then they're going to have to come down. We'll see. Christmas themed bracelets. Potentially, I do have a few new items to add on to the website, Kathy. Exciting. I'll see if I can. The aim is to get them on this week. I've got 3 hospital appointments with Quinn this week. So it just depends, because obviously working around that and work, so we'll see. Laura, hello. You've got 1 oyster opening altogether. I'll need to know which character you would like. So we've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Can you have Mr. Shocked and donate the shells? You can indeed. So Mr. Shocked is this one. So if we dive into the coconut, I feel like I need to call it a different name. Dive into the faces pot, and you have got Mr. Shocked. So that means you get a bonus oyster opening as well. Which bonus oyster would you like, Laura? You're hoping for royal blues, navies, or TARDISes. Okay, so that's sort of darker blue spectrum we're hoping for. What do you think? So shall I go through them again? I need these on like a little stick a little handle down here. So just spin it. So where are we? We've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which bonus one would you like? Mr. Sad. Oh, that one's right there. Okay, so donating the shells and hoping for those darker blues. Let's go down. So in here, it may fall out, Sue, because it's obviously the sort of the sides narrower. It won't lay flat in the middle. It'll sort of be up, so as I turned it, it may then fall out. Now your first oyster has given you a lilac purple. There's no more in that one, so gorgeous lighter lilac purple. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you've got a chocolate pearl, and there's no more in that one. Laura, what do you think to these? Lilac purple and chocolate. Now, if you'd like to swap these for those dark blues, I can have a look to see what dark blues I've got available now. If not, there will be a wait for the kind of midnight blue tones. Or, of course, if you're happy with these, blues to swap. Okay, so if I show you the darkest sort of blues I've got at the moment, like that's purple in there. So I don't have the dark blues at the moment. I'd say that one, but that one's too tonal. And possibly that one. So I'd say these two here are the two sort of darkest ones I've got. So this one's more of a solid blue all the way around. This one is darker and lighter, so this one is two tonal. What do you think to those two? Good night, Linda. Thank you for joining us today. the bigger one for the necklace. Are you happy to keep the other one as well? If I measure them for you then, so the visually larger is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And the two-tonal blues, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. You're happy to keep both? Okay. So let me write on here, you'd like to have the larger blue on the jewellery. And then you're happy to keep the other one as well. Laura, I hope you'll be happy with everything then once it arrives. There we go, that's safe on there. And thank you for the donations with your shells, my lovely. You're very welcome, and I hope you feel better soon as well, my lovely. I hope you have a good rest. Right, up next then today is Sophie Berges, which is Anne Lewis, I want to say. Anne, are you here? All the prices are on the website. Depends on what type of necklace. They're all different prices, depending on the style of the necklace. Anne Lewis, are you here? Anne, hello, hello, hello. Anne, you've got one opening altogether. So I'll need to know which one face you would like. So if I go through them again, you've got Mr. Love Eyes, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Winky Face, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Mr. Angry, Mr. Hilarious, and Mr. Sad. Which one would you like, Anne? It is me as well, Kathy, and then I'm holding this thing under my nose, so it's just, if they were stinky and I'm sort of wafting them as I go round, it would be very bad. So, oh, Mr. Shocked, where are we? So Mr. Shocked is this one here. Donate the shells. Is there a certain colour you're hoping for, Anne? Let's go down. So, oh, wait. We need to pull out the the character. Nearly forgot then. So in here you've got Mr. Sad. So I'm afraid that's not Mr. Shocked, but let's go down to see what's in your oyster. So there's one side. And the other side, and you've got a sea green in here. There's no more in that one. Gorgeous brighter sea green. What do you think to this one? I think you're up next, Catherine. What do you think to this one, Anne? Again, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can swap him for you. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Dark two-tone blue from earlier. Would that be this one? This is the only blue that's in the swap pot. Would it be that one? Yes, okie dokie. Let me bring you back up. That one is yours. So pop this in here for you. Anne, thank you for the donations of your shells there. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And I've popped that safely up there for you. And that does bring us to Catherine Watkinson. Catherine, are you here? Thank you very much, Penny. Thank you, my lovely. Oh, bless you, Anne. If Sophie watches this back, Sophie, I hope you're happy with that as well. Catherine, can you have Mr. Hilarious, please? Yes, you can. Donate the shells. So Mr. Hilarious is that one there. So if we go down and oh, I keep forgetting the coconut. Let's go back up again. So in your coconut, we're looking for Mr. Hilarious, Catherine. So you have got, oh, I keep dropping them. You have got Mr. Shocked. So that's not Mr. Hilarious, I'm afraid. But again, let's go down for your oyster. So donating the shells, is there a certain colour you're hoping for? There's one side. And, oh, the other side. And in here, the shell has broken there. But on this side, I can see a lilac purple. And there's no more in that one. Let me dry this up for you. I did do it myself, Penny, yes. It's held up by string, balloon, sticky things, and there is a bit of sellotape in there as well. So I wouldn't be a professional balloon person's how they'd do it, but yeah, it's worked well, I think. Now, Catherine, you've got a lilac purple. Can you see the sea green that came out from before? You can indeed. That's that one there. Let me run the purple through the board. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Oh, thank you, guys. Catherine, just confirm, does that mean you'd like to have that sea green there? It's doing really well, Jackie. It's the dressing's got smaller and smaller, so it's still bandaged up. We've got to go back again on Tuesday to see how it's getting on. Oh, sorry, Catherine, and thank you ever so much. So that green is yours, my lovely, and I hope you'll be happy with that and everything once it arrives there. That's safe up there for you. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well, my lovely. But yeah, Quinn's hand is looking so much better. Like, I'm so shocked at how fast it is healing. But there is still slightly, it still needs to be dressed at the moment. There's large sections of it which don't need to be dressed anymore, but sort of the worst bit in the middle is still quite wet, if you like, with the burn. So yeah, it still needs to be dressed, but it's healing so well. Right, that's actually brought us to the end of our order list for today. Yes, Catherine, that is on there. Don't worry, that's on there, my lovely. I want to thank you all for watching and for joining in with us today. We're going to be live again on, what day is it? We're going to be live again on Tuesday. So if you'd like to join us on Tuesday, we'll be live from 8 p.m. I hope you'll have a brilliant Monday and a brilliant start to your week, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.